Hey guys, welcome to the next video. This is going to be in relation to bar number 21, which is regarding the listing contract. There's a few documents that you see there that are going to be required, including the SELM, the listing contract, the agency, as well as a new one, which is called the DIA, which is Disclosure Information Addendum. So what you want to do is you want to go into your zip forms, and I'm just going to show you guys that there is a quick link right on that line where it says zip forms right there. Boom, click on it, and it's going to take you straight into zip forms. Once there, you're going to log in, and you guys should have your own personal zip forms login. That I cannot help you with. That you gotta have your own. You're gonna input it on there. Make sure you save the password to make your life easier. Write it down somewhere so you don't forget. Once you're logged in here, you're gonna see all your transactions. In order to this video is actually more in regards to templates, what you can do in regards to saving time, specifically when you have a new listing and you want to have all the documents ready to go. So what you have here is you have a template right at the top of the screen, and we already have 3 that we've made for our listing. As you can see, there's a new listing template, and there's a buyer residential offer template, and there is a listing disclosures template. Every single one of you guys, I highly recommend to make these templates in your own zip forms profile. How do you make them? Super simple. In this menu, all you have to do is create a new template, which you're going to see right here. You click new. You select the kind of template you are going to want to make. In this case, let's say we're doing a new listing template, right? You go into new listing, and you are going to name it exactly what you want it to do. So just as an example, sales partner listing template for a residential property. And in this case, let's just assign it to Jimmy Reed. And we are making a brand new template, so we're not going to select anything at the bottom. Now, this is going to be a brand spanking new folder that you can add documents to. And once you go over here on the right side, you're going to be able to add forms. In this case, since we're doing a listing template for a sales partner, you as a sales partner are going to need a few documents. The very first one is going to be called the AAA, which is the additional agent acknowledgement. So you want to just make sure once you highlight it and click it on the right side, it's going to populate. The next one you're going to need, of course, as a listing agreement is going to be the, type it in, listing agreement. It's going to populate right here, residential listing agreement, RLA. You click on that, boom, it populates on here. Next, you are going to need the OCAR form for SELM to exclude the listing from the MLS, because 9 times out of 10, our listing doesn't go live the second that we sign it. So what you want to do here is at the very top, you're going to have the option to go into what says here, Orange County Association of Realtors. And then, as you see here, it says CR/MLS seller's instructions to exclude listing from MLS. So you're going to select that form. It's going to add it down there. And then the very last thing you're going to want to do is go back to all, and you're going to select or type in DIA, which is the name of the new Disclosure Information Advisory. I was wrong on the name. Pardon me. It's called Disclosure Information Advisory. It is required by our broker. It's not optional, so might as well just add it on there, save yourself a headache. So now we have the documents preloaded, and whenever we have a new listing, we simply select this template, and voila, these documents are preloaded. Bonus points, if you already have, for example, you're working for, let's say you're an assistant, right? And you're working for Nick exclusively. Well, in that case, you can actually pre-fill that portion for Nick. As an example, you're gonna, let's say Nick Aarons, right? Nick Aarons. You can type it in there, and you can type in his license, which is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, because I'm not going to type in his real license number right now because it doesn't matter. It's just a mock. And then under broker, you can pre-fill the broker. In our case, it's Remax Coastal Homes. The license is already preloaded on here. And you can also type in this case, our team leader, Jimmy Reed, is going to be the one who's going to be signing there. So you want to put in his license. I want to say that's his license. So that's pretty much all you have to pre-fill. Now, the beauty of this is and check the boxes that are appropriate for that option. The beauty of this is when you select this template and you're making a new listing, all of this is going to be pre-filled. So these 10 seconds that I spent filling this out is going to save me 10 seconds in the future, which may not seem like a lot. However, it's not just one form. Now we go into the residential listing agreement. You can pre-fill all that information. You can pre-fill, in this case, there's not much you can pre-fill besides maybe the commission, which is 5.5%. Talk to Jimmy if you're any lower than that. Definitely need to get it up higher. As far as this form, you want to make sure that we have CRMLS, because that is our MLS filled out there, all caps. And you want to make sure that we have all these items checked that are necessary. If it's a trust, make sure you check the trust advisory. I'm providing way too many details, but very important. Now, in regards to the office, this is something you can also pre-fill. I highly recommend that you do. You want to make sure that you put our brokerage address on here. You don't want to put our office location here on Avenida Pico, 1011. You want to put our brokerage office, which is down on El Camino Real, and I am going to input it right here, right now, because it is crucial that we do not put the wrong address. So Remax Coastal Homes. And pardon me that I don't have it on hand because 1644 North El Camino Real. Boom. It's going to populate there. So that is that, my friends. And the last item you want to fill is for telephone, fax, email. You can pre-fill those as well. As far as the CRMLS exclusion form, I will give some bonus information here. Very, very crucial. There is a template in the checklist. However, I will verbally say it here because I cannot emphasize it enough. The listing initial date and ending date is going to pre-populate on here, so you don't have to worry about that. But in regards to the seller initials, there is only one section that needs to be initialed here. If you notice, it says seller instructs broker and seller to initial only one. So please make sure you read the instructions. Can't emphasize how important that is. A, market the property but do not submit listing into the MLS until blank date. No marketing of the property but submit into the MLS on blank date. No marketing until blank date but do not submit to the MLS until blank date. And then the last one is do not submit property to the MLS during the entire listing period. Now for us, it's crucial that we don't mess this up. We need them to initial C, and we need you guys to explain why. No marketing until the date that we go live on the MLS, and do not submit until the week that we are going to go live. The reason this is so important is because once we go live on the MLS, if the date here on the no marketing until is earlier than the day that we submitted to the MLS, all those days are going to count as days on market. As an example, let's say we put the no marketing until it's going to be Monday, the 23rd, but then we're not going to submit on the MLS until Wednesday, as an example. Once we input it into the MLS on the 25th, OCAR is going to see this form and they are going to give us 2 additional days on market. So it may not seem like a lot for 2 days, but if you forget or if you put in a completely wrong date, those days are going to count and your listing might appear as 15 days on market, even though we just put it on the MLS. So it's super crucial that you have that, fill that appropriately, and leave it blank for the template. Then here you're going to see The seller obviously needs to sign, but then our broker needs to sign down here. Leave this blank, otherwise you are going to mess it up. Just let Marianne or Shelley sign this by sending it over to DocuSign at info at remaxcoastalhomes.com, and they will get that signed for you. So that's it for this video. This is by far the longest one, but it has the most crucial details. So let me know if you guys have any questions after this.